the whole local yellow thing,
Oh,
very annoying.
Go off.
He is the one. No, but like honestly, he is the one that started all of the criticism about how fast the response was. And part of that, or at least part of the criticism, has come back on the marshals who staffed turn 1, which is ridiculous. The arguments I've heard, people saying that those marshals should go and hide because they didn't do a good enough job, is ridiculous, because they did throw a local yellow about this situation that was happening. And the biggest issue, and what I have not heard, is the placement of the light, and like the light panel for turn 1 is in a terrible position. All of the cars involved in that incident had already passed the light panel by the time like it was turned on, which was, let me get my facts here.
Oh, she brought facts. Oh.
3.7 seconds after Pato took a spin. So, how long do you think it takes the average human brain to process and react to a situation? On average.
About a second.
Generally, it's 1 to 3 seconds. So.
And a quick thing to you. Was there not a meeting post-race with, like, Indycars and the marshals after?
Yes.
What was said?
And they said that the local yellow was thrown in a timely manner. Period. The local yellow was there. So any claim that it wasn't is not factual. When the IndyCar race control went back and watched that footage, it took 1 second for the marshal to react to something happening in that corner. 1 second to throw the flag and put the light on. By that time, the cars had already gone by. So it was on in a timely manner, as fast as humanly possible. I don't know what more you want people to do at that point. And then I think a second after that, that's when they went full course.
And like you can see in the video, like the yellow is getting stuck through the hole as they're going by.
On Nolan Siegel's on board.
Like the yellow is through the hole. And like again, if I just say,
that shows how early that flag stand is, though, because
isn't it at like the 200 meter or something, or 200 yard feet or whatever the fuck?
Yes.
Feet maybe.
And then when you also see other onboards, you can see by the time he reaches the car, like by the time he reaches Pato, the light panel had already been activated, because you can see the green light in 2.
Yeah, I think the thing that pissed off a lot of marshals, I guess, defending what happened, and idiots online, when they looked at the video and they see the light panel behind the crash is green with the green flag out, that's standard fucking procedure.
Yeah, because that's turn 2.
Yes,
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's not where the accident is. The yellow is coming up into it.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact
if
that,
the light panel was green, though, but if the light panel was green, the light panel doesn't turn green on its own.
No, it has to be activated. Like, the yellow at 1 has to be activated for the green light to come on at 2.
Yeah. And the green light was on at 2.
Yep. Which means that it was which means the local yellow was there. So any claim that it wasn't activated in a timely manner is just not based in fact. It's wrong. Period. Yeah. That's just it. It's an unfortunate incident, but I don't think any marshal should take responsibility for what happened, because they were still doing their jobs, and they did their jobs in a great way.
Yes.
But things happen so fast. It's impossible to react faster than they did.
And like the safety,
and it's just such a shame.
The safety car, the full course yellow was lit up on the panel after the first hit, after Ericsson goes into Pato. And I get it. Then maybe, you could avoid the car or like throw it earlier to make sure no one crashes into him. Okay. But regardless, if you'd thrown the full course yellow even before Ericsson gets there, well, if they're already past the local yellow, they're not going to see the full course yellow. So what difference does it actually make?
Well, I think the thing is, too, is that people are forgetting just how fast things develop. So by the time the communicator is saying, okay, we have a car. Like, first off, not to mention that we were told specifically by race control to let a situation develop if a car spins because they could just continue.
Yep.
Why throw a local yellow if they're just going to continue? There's no point in trying to, like, in slowing down the race, right? Okay, you let the situation develop. The communicator is already on saying, you know, Pato spun, he stopped on track, boom, boom, boom. Oh boy, there's a car flying. What else are you supposed to do, right? So they're throwing the full course yellow as the communicator is saying what's happening right in front of him.
Yeah, like, I don't understand the being upset with the actual corner marshals and, like, the people around the track who, again, are volunteers, who are here for the love of the job or, like, for the love of racing. They are there to make sure everything goes smoothly. They did their part. Arguably, you could say maybe you have to look at changing where the flag stand is or adding an additional flag stand maybe at the apex or something.
From what I understand, Indycar is investigating adding a mirror panel on the apex of 1. So it's not like this incident won't inspire change. Like, we know we need change to happen. There won't be an additional flag stand, but there will at least be another light to warn them at, like, another point in the corner.
Yeah.
So they're not kind of going into that blind.
Like, we can all, in our opinion on this show, we're all going to say that the marshals did nothing wrong.
Correct.
No, and I think the evidence that you've already said is there. And then, so I was just looking up, I'm trying to find some of the comments, but Ferrucci's comment was, I didn't see a yellow, and I didn't have anything from the spotters. So it's not just, you can't just pin it straight onto the marshals at that point, because nobody had called it in time. I think the point of, there's just no way, like, so we were sort of listening to the Marshall Pruitt comments on it, and it's like, and his point was sort of, you could maybe say that they could throw a yellow sooner. I don't think it changes the outcome, though.
So to me, all of the arguments that the response was not timely enough is so ignorant, and it's ridiculous, and it's really annoying.
Oh, 100%.
And anytime, and like, but honestly, like, if Pato had just kept it, I get that emotions are running high, but check your facts before you say something like that, because to hear other marshals criticize the marshals at turn 1 saying things like you should go and hide, like it's your fault, it's horrible. It's horrible. When you're not there, you don't work it, you don't really have a right to say anything. If you're going to be an armchair marshal, whatever. And then hearing that Rossi says that those marshals should take responsibility for what happened, or at least partially take responsibility for what happened, that's also ridiculous.
Hi, Sean here. Thanks for watching our breakdown of the Turn 1 incident during the Toronto IndyCar race. If you want to hear more from us on our thoughts from news and events all across the world of motorsports, our podcast comes out every week here on Spare Parts Racing. The link to our full episode is in the description. Thank you, and goodbye.